Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Scribble, I guess. But yes, it's okay. Hmm. Right. Hare Krishna, welcome to chapter 9, the most confidential knowledge. प्रिय नंबर ओबीसेंस श्री गोविंदा श्री गोविंदा की जय. And in the previous chapter, chapter 8, starting with the Bhakti Yoga of chapter 7, we continued from how who is the Supreme, who is the Absolute. From there, we came to the path where little description of the pure devotional service is given by Krishna. By because Arjuna asked some questions, some 8 questions, and what is Adi Yagna, what is Adi Bhuta, what is Karma, what is Prakriti, right? All these questions, right? All these questions were asked by Arjuna. So that what is Brahman, right? All these questions, and we all know the answers. And from there, we went that how at the time of death, one can remember him, on what will affect, what will when effect will have if one basically remembers Krishna at the time of death. And the Kali Chamamira Smaran Muktva Kalivaram Ya Prayati Samad Bhavam Naiti Asta Samshaya. So at the time of death, if one remembers only me, he says, then he will attain his abode. Of this, there is no doubt, right? So that is said by Krishna himself, assuring that at the time we remember him, then we will go to him, right? And if he one remembers two demigods, he will go to demigods, right? So 8.9 to 8.13, remembering Krishna, how to practice, through meditation, and what is pure devotion service, right? Through bhakti, one can attain Krishna. And comparing material and spiritual words, glories of the supreme abode, we learned that it is eternal, it is all blissful, it is equivalent to Krishna, right? All those we attained, read about the eternal abode. It is the supreme abode. And what is the supremacy of the devotion, right? In this opinion, in his opinion, the Krishna's opinion, that devotion service is the best, among the Mishra Bhakti Yoga also, the devotion service is among the best, right? So Ananya Bhakti in chapter 8, Krishna has explained that in Ananya, Ananya means unalloyed. Devotee surpasses the path of light and darkness, right? Because devotee doesn't care when if he goes into the darkness, if he goes into the light, right? He doesn't care. He goes anytime, he will reach Krishna's abode, right? So Krishna will explain how to become such a devotee, right? And supremacy of bhakti, he told in chapter 8, concludes that bhakti is the best form of yoga, right? And 8.27 we learned that Bhakti Yoga is the best yoga, yes. And chapter 9 supplies a specific knowledge required for performing the most confidential knowledge, right? The most confident knowledge will be talked in chapter 9. So we all, whoever is listening to the chapter 9 has done very pious deeds, right? Have very, is very pious. Basically, one is basically a bhakta of the Lord, because he is able to right, one is able to listen to chapter 9, one is able to read the chapter 9. That itself is the blessings, or that itself is the fortunate mercy of the Lord, that one, it is bestowed upon one, and he is able to get that knowledge, right? The reading chapter 9 itself, it's a confidential knowledge kept in between the chapters, right? It is a specific knowledge for performing this most confidential yoga, right? Which is the most confidential yoga? Bhakti yoga, right? Bhakti yoga, devotion service, right? Chapter 7 and 9 are virtually identical, right? Both are talking about the supreme only, right? In the seventh chapter also, we all discussed about only the the supreme lord's energies, his opulences, right? Who is the supreme, we'll discuss. Just in the chapter 8, it was a tangent conversation, right, between Krishna and Arjuna, clearing up some important points, because Arjuna asked some 8 questions. Regarding that, the clarification was given then chapter 8, right? And continuing on to the chapter 9 then. So, Hare Krishna Matari, can you tell what is the most confidential knowledge till now we have learned? till starting till now? Any kind of confidential knowledge we have learned till now that you were not knowing?
That we are not
Hare
just
Krishna.
body, we are just soul.
Yes, Mataji. So first was that we are not the body, we are the soul, right? Second, anything in Bhakti Yoga, anything you got to know through Bhagavad Gita only, else you were not knowing.
Yeah.
Before reading Bhagavad Gita, you were not knowing, and after reading, going through level one, level two, you came to know some knowledge.
Sorry, we're busy. Nothing is coming in my mind. Can you give me some hints?
Yes, Matari, but in Bhagavad Gita only told you that you knew, right? You knew that okay, there are demigods and gods, right? And various
Yeah.
gods they are there. But what about Bhagavad Gita? What specifically you want? You got the knowledge.
That if we worship the Supreme Lord, we go to the abode of the Supreme Lord, and if we worship the demigods, we will go to their abodes.
Yes, so we came to know through Bhagavad Gita only that there is only one supreme, right? The doubts
Yes.
that one is having, the major doubt one is having that there are lots of gods, and the confusions created there itself, right? So the main question comes that okay, is there only one God? Yes, there is only one God. So all confusion vanishes when one comes to know that yes, the absolute truth can be realized in Brahman. Everything is Brahman also. Everything Paramatma is inside us. So that is one point, and Bhagwan is there. So today we will know more about the Bhagwan, right? So hearing about the chapter 9, we'll be discussing about hearing about Krishna's qualifications and disqualifications, right? Aishwarya Jnana, Aishwarya Jnana, we will what is mystic powers, Krishna's Achintya, unconceivable, Bheda Bheda philosophy. Achintya means Krishna is inconceivable. How he is present in the Krishna Loka, how he is present here also, right? That is inconceivable. How he is present everywhere. Veda means he's different also, he's non-different also. Both are going simultaneously, yeah? Because he's non-different as he is present in quality terms in every in every soul, right? Every Paramatma as a Paramatma soul, he is present everywhere. So that is that is non-different, but he is different also because the individuality of the Lord never vanishes, right? So he is Bhed. So Achintya Bheda Bhed philosophy is basically given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because in the when Shankaracharya came, he told that Aham Brahmasmi, that I am, we are the God, right? So confusion more clear, because at that time what happens, if only saying that okay, there is soul and there is Paramatma, right? So people will confuse, right? So he told that okay, you have only soul, right? So you are only Brahman, right? That only one step is okay, there is soul residing in us, there is Paramatma residing in us. The people gets confused, people gets bewildered about that, right? So both are present, both the god himself is present in the heart of everyone. So Hriday Desh, he only says that he is present in the heart of everyone. So every living entity, right? So that thing was not able. So Shankaracharya gave only at one level, that okay, you have you Aham Brahmasmi, the Brahman is inside you. Yes, we are Brahman, the Brahman is the soul is as per the quality we are equal to Krishna, but as per the quantity, we are not equal. So, Achintya, inconceivable, Bheda, Abheda, relationship with the material world, right? This will be learned in ninth chapter. Non-worshippers and worshippers. What about the non-worshippers? What about the worshippers, right? Krishna is the supreme object of worship. This is the supreme knowledge, right? This is the supreme knowledge. This is the most confidential knowledge, that there is only one supreme object of worship, right? Till now, we know that all the sacrifices are gone to the Vishnu, right? All the sacrifices are gone to the Krishna. Bhokta Ram Yagat Tapasam Sarva Loka Maheshwaram, because he is the Lord of all the planets, all the demigods, right? Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam. He is the well wisher and the best friend of everyone, every living entity, right? Yanti mam shantim rachati. So gyatva mam shantim rachati. He says that if one knows this, then he will attain peace. Till that, all that we knew, that all the sacrifice, but there is only one worship, the bhajanti. Bhajanti is only for Krishna, only for the supreme. Rest all just just some service you are going to the demigods just for the material benefits. Worship the Bhajanti is only for Krishna, right? So this is the confidential knowledge, right? The glories of directly worshipping Krishna. What happens if one worship Krishna only, right? So these all we will be learning in this chapter. So it's a very important chapter in the Shastric references, in the Bhakti Yoga references by the Krishna himself. Right, so he himself will declare Raj Vidya Rajaguyam, most confidential, the king of knowledge, the king of the secrets, right? So 9.1 to 3, we will learn about the Krishna qualification and disqualification. Hearing about Krishna, the qualification and disqualification. Who can hear this confidential knowledge? Who is qualified? Who is not qualified? Right. So if we are listening right now, if we are reading right now, if we are discussing right now, then Krishna has already bestowed the mercy to read this chapter. Right. To read this chapter, to discuss this chapter, to talk on this chapter. Right. To listen on this chapter. So 9.4 to 10 will Aishwarya Jnana, Krishna Sachintya Bheda Vida relationship with the multiple word, non-worship worshippers 9.11 to 15. 16.25 will be the supreme object of worship, that is Krishna, and the glories of worshiping Krishna in 9.26 to 34. Right? It is a very important chapter for a Bhakti Yogi, right? So non-VS. So first to three, who are the qualified? The non-envious allows one to hear confidential knowledge about Krishna, right? So who is not envious of Krishna is allowed, and faithlessness forces one to birth and death, right? One is not having faith, right? One is envious of the Lord. One is not having faith, and he will be dragged to the cycle of birth and death, right? So faith is also very necessary, right? Faith is also very necessary. So can you tell Matari any envious person till now of the Krishna?
Indra,
Indra is not envious, Matari. He's never fights Krishna, Matari. He surrenders to Krishna. He is the devotee
Put,
of.
Putna Prabhuji,
Okay, Putna is there. Yes, Matari. Who
Kan,
else? Hari बोल था. Yes,
Kans,
Matari. Kamsa. Yes,
Kans,
Kamsa is there. Yes, Kamsa is there. Who else? Envious of the Lord. Many examples, right? Many Shastri examples. Kamsa is there. Who else?
Shishupal,
Shishupal, Hari bol, Shishupal, most envious person, right? Highly envious. Then there was, there was this one Pondraka was there. Pondrak, what he used to do, he used to dress up like Krishna. He used to do everything. He used to carry flute like Krishna. So he was very envious of the Lord. He used to tell like, I am the, I am the I am the Krishna, right? I am the original Krishna. He used to say, and he used to always do that. So generally, Kamsa got the the liberation because when the Shishupal was killed by the Sudarshan Chakra. Similarly, Pondraka was killed by the Sudarshan Chakra. Krishna used to laugh that he is saying like that, right? And one day, and due to when the end time came and he was annihilated with his Sudarshan Chakra, he was granted the position. He went to the enemy because since Lord himself has taken the life, so he got liberated and he got generally one gets liberation of Sayujya. Sayujya means Kamsa is going to the liberation and meeting the Brahma Jyotir basically, right? But since Pondraka was always dressing like Krishna and so he got the got liberation of Sarupya. Sarupya means having the same form as the Lord, right? So same Lord Vishnu's form. He went to the Vaikuntha planets actually. So so these are blessed souls. They have done many pious activities. Even to attain that also, that qualification also. But yes, but who are related by the Lord, they are also Lord is very merciful, right? So these are the envious persons. These are the faithless persons. Rather envious, more envious person, right? But since they were in the contact, so if we are not in the contact of Lord, right, we are not getting the we are not at the phase when part when at the earth, at the Vrindavan, Krishna was there present himself there, and we are not at that time, right? So we are not that lucky, but yes, we are into the Kali Yuga. We can take directly name of the Lord and we can go to him. So this is more fortunate, right? So 9.1, we'll start with the chapter. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Idam tu te guhyatama pravakshami anasuyave jnana vijnana sahitam jadhyatva mokshaye subhat. Hare Krishna. Translation, anyone?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
The Supreme Lord said, My dear Arjuna, because you are never envious of me, I shall impart to you this most secret wisdom, knowing which you shall be relieved of the miseries of material existence. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So now Krishna will tell, since you are not envious of me. So he himself is telling the qualification, right? That you are not, since you are not envious, right? That's why he will impart this secret wisdom, right? Secret wisdom, that Guhyam. Raj Guhyam means it is a secret, king of the secret, right? So knowing which you shall be relieved of the miseries of material existence, right? So we all want to be relieved of the material existence, and if one knows the knowledge, this confidential knowledge, if one knows, then he will be relieved of the material existence, right? All the material existence, whatever is there, it one will be relieved if one gets this knowledge, right? This knowledge is so confidential, so pure. Raj Vidya Raj Guhyam. Pavitram idam, right? Pavitram. It's pavitram. It's purest of the all, right? So Lord Krishna imparts, most confident knowledge in relation to Krishna. Why? Because he is not envious, right? He is not envious. So confidential. Chapter 2 and 3, first part was, we realize that we are not the body, we are the soul, right? First confidential part, yeah, useful for liberation, right? If one at least knows that yes, he is not the body, he is the soul, at least he will be trying for the self-realization of that soul, and he will, attain at least the Brahman spirit in order to go to the Paramatma level, in order to go to the Brahma Jyotir, right? The more confidential, 7th and 8th chapter, the knowledge of the absolute we got in the chapter 8, and then the discussion on the how to attain him in the 8th chapter, Antakali Chamamevas, Paranmukta Kalevram, right? About enlightenment, right? Which basically brings about the enlightenment about Krishna consciousness, Supreme Lord and his energy, right? So what is Krishna consciousness, right? Taking Hare Krishna Mahamantra in your life, right? That is Krishna consciousness. Always thinking about the Lord, that is Krishna consciousness. Always be doing devotional service, that is Krishna consciousness, right? In order to achieve the Supreme Lord, right? And his energies are available everywhere. You can see that in the 7th 8th chapter, right? So he basically goes there. And the most confidential is in the 9th chapter, because it deals with pure unalloyed devotion, right? Anya bhakti, right? Pure unalloyed devotion, and delineates the glories of the Lord, right? So whatever one is, whatever devotion one is having, so because you know for this also one needs some faith also, right? Shraddha is very necessary. If one is not having shraddha, he is done just doing Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and not having faith, then he will not last for long, right? Not last for long, right? If one doesn't want to fall from the from the spiritual world and come into the 25% of the material world, then one needs to have faith, right? The faith is the only thing, right, which will lead you to the God, right? It will lead you to the God, right? So qualification, they uses useless commentary of high academic scholars gives inaccurate commentaries, right? The commentaries, those are non-envious who are writing, Bhagavad Gita, and they are giving their self-interpretation, that is not Bhagavad Gita, that is not said by the Lord, they're said by the interpreter, right? So one can write Gita, right? Gita he can write. He wants to write Gita, you write, but don't say it as Bhagavad Gita. If one is saying Bhagavad Gita, that means it must be said as it is, as the Lord has spoken. Whatever the Lord has said, he has said as it is, right? So here every each and Prabhupada gives very beautifully each and every translation of each and every word, and the purports are very beautiful, right? So one can understand, right? So we are under the guidance, directly of the guidance of Srila Prabhupada, right? And we have the faith in Srila Prabhupada, and because he is speaking, because we are, whatever we are discussing, we are just discussing as a postman. Whatever I am saying, I am just saying as a postman that this is written. Okay, I am telling you, right? So whatever there is, we are just delivering the postman. Who is the author? Who is the main? Who has said? The Krishna himself has said, and Srila Prabhupada has mentioned beautiful in the purport that what is his vow, what is the meaning of all the translation, right? So that is very necessary. So if one is non-envious, then he is basically qualified. So text 1, Lord Krishna imparts most confidential knowledge in relation to Arjuna, right? What is the qualification to receive? Anushaya, free from envy. One must be free from envy. Raj Vidya. Raj Vidya means, the Vidya is knowledge. Raj Vidya means king of knowledge, right? So we will be discussing about the king of knowledge, right? What is means to receive? Proper hearing, right? Tashanu, proper hearing. One must listen very carefully if it is a confidential knowledge, because it is speaking to only Krishna, Arjuna only, and it is for benefit for us, right? What are the benefits? Relief from miseries of material existence. Right? So, whatever material existence we are having here, if you have this knowledge, then you will know that who is responsible for this material existence, how this material existence has come into play. Right? All that we will know through this knowledge. Right? So there are nine processes, right? Nine processes of devotional service, right? If one wants to basically achieve Krishna, so there are nine processes of devotional service, right? First is, we what we are doing Shravanam and Kirtanam, right? Srila Prabhupada says that if we excel even one of the devotional service, nine process of devotion, even one, then also our life is successful, right? So Shravana, we do Shravana, right? We chant Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare, and we listen, right? So Shravanam is there, and Kirtanam is there. We are chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantras, right? So who was the best, who did the Shravana? Maharaj Parikshit, right? So Sukdev Goswami was imparting the 7 days, regularly to Maharaj Parikshit the Bhagavatam, right? So all the shlokas where, all the knowledge of the all the discussion on the Krishna Leela is given in the Bhagavatam, right? So whatever it is necessary to know the Lord, because Janma Karma Cha Me Divyam Evam Yovetti Tatvada. Because if one knows his, appearance and activities, then one will not take birth in this place, right? He himself is assured this. If one knows his activities, his appearance, which is mentioned in the Bhagavatam, then what will happen? One will be going to the Lord only, right? Because of one knows, and that is why the Bhakti Yogi is always engaged in reading Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. Right? He is always, because he knows that if he knows Krishna, then he will not take his birth here, and he will be getting the spiritual body and serving the Lord, right? And Kirtana was doing by Sukdev Goswami, right? Remembering the Prahlad Maharaj, right? Prahlad Maharaj always remembering the Lord, right? Lakshmi Devi, Pad Sevaram, always in the Shiro, and the Garbhodakshay Vishnu, and the Garbhasagar, he is always there, and Lakshmi Devi is always doing the Pad Sevaram. Archanam Maharaj Prithu used to give. Akrura, the Vandanam, right? Beautiful players he used to say. Dashyam Hanumanji, right? Sakhya Arjuna. Atmanivedanam Maharaj Pari, right? Who can anyone tell who was the best? Who has done all the nine devotional service at once? Hare Krishna. Who has done all the nine devotional service at once? Ambarish Maharaj, Hare Krishna, yes, Hari Bol Janni Matari, very beautiful. So Ambarish Maharaj did all that when Durvasha Muni was, was for him for cursing him. So he did all the nine devotional service simultaneously, right? So here 7.5 to 27.5 24. Prahlad Maharaj basically say Prahlad Uvacha Shravanam Kirtanam. He gives the nine devotion service. So these all have come from the Shastras only, Shrimad Bhagavatam only. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Pad Sevanarchanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyam Atma Nivedanam. Right. Right. So here comes the main shloka. 9.2 Rajavidya Rajagoyam Pavitram Idamuttamam Pratakshavagam Dharmyam Susukam Kartum Yayam. Hare Krishna. You want to do translation? Hare Krishna. Janani Mataji, can you do? Okay, I'll read then. The knowledge is the king of education, right? Raj Vidya, Raj Guyam, right? So Vidya is knowledge and Raj Vidya is king of knowledge, right? Raj Guyam. Guhyam means secret. The king of secret is the Raj Guhyam, the most secret of all secrets, right? Pavitram, it is the purest knowledge. Idam Uttamam. And because it gives a direct perception of the self, right? Pratakshavagaman dharmyam. Dharmyam, that is religion, right? Because it gives a direct perception of the self by realization, right? It is pure knowledge. And because because self-realization, is this knowledge, not it is not some mundane philosophy, right? It is gives the direct perception of the self. It is talking about the self-realization, right? So therefore it is perfection of relation, right? So it is the dharmyam, pratyakshavagamam dharma. It is uttamam, it is the best because it gives the direct perception. Pratyakshavagamam dharmyam, it is perfection of religion. Susukham kartum avyayam. It is everlasting and it is joyfully performed, right? We joyfully perform, right? Whatever devotional service is there, perform it, it joyfully. Yeah, it is joyfully done. It is joyfully done. It is not right. It is not a miser. The rasa is there. The bhakti yoga is the only yoga with having which is having all the rasas, right? All the rasas are there, right? One is having Sakhya rasa, one is having Madhurya rasa, one is having Dasya rasa, one is having Shanta rasa, and one is having, Vatsalya rasa. All the five rasas, are various rasas are there, right? It is joyfully performed, it is everlasting, it is for, it is for everyone, it is everlasting, right? So further glorification of the most confidential knowledge. He says that what this knowledge contains, right? It is the Raj Vidya, king of all knowledge. It is the Rajguhya, most confidential knowledge. Because why it is the king of all knowledge? Because it is the essence of all doctrines and philosophies explained before, right? It is the essence. Whatever we have spoke till now, whatever ultimately you will come to some conclusion that with some essence must be there. Right? Some essence must be there. Till now we have talked about various karma yoga, various on we talked about absolute supreme, then we are how to attain him, but the essence lies here. The essence of all those chapters till which is being talked, it is being told in the ninth chapter itself. The essence of all, ultimately what you have to do, ultimately what you have about has to be done, right? This is confidential because this talks about the eternal activities of the soul and thus gives positive information, right? It talks about the fundamental position of the soul, what it has to do, right? What it has to do, what why he has come here, right? What he has to further course of action, what he has to do. So positive information is there, right? Okay, so Pavitram, purifying potential of devotional service is very strong, right? The purifying your devotional service is very strong, right? So it will be either it will be glorified here, right? The devotional service is the best, right? Pavitram idam uttam, purest form of all activities, right? So we will, I will just, explain this one time, just, see it carefully. Then I will just ask you one time, right? That what I have explained, okay? Just, I will just ask, okay? We'll start, that basically, if I ask a question that why, why we have come into this world, right? Why we have come into this world, then the answer is ignorance, right? Just the ignorance. Whatever we are at the state currently, at the state of misery, is due to the avidya, right? Vidya is, knowing the supreme, knowing the that we are not the body and soul. And just because of that, if one knows that, then he will not be involved in the material activities, not be engrossed in the material activities, right? He will be engrossed in the soul, spiritual activities. So avidya, whatever there is, it is due to the ignorance. Ignorance leads to the desires, right? If one is having ignorance, that he will contemplate on the sense objects, right? So the soul will have some desires. As soon as the desire comes, right, as soon as the soul has some desire, then there has to be some material worlds to enjoy through those senses, right? So there will be senses from where one needs to enjoy. And there is propensity, whatever whatever our why life has been till now, right? Whatever our life has been done, whatever we have, whatever at stage, whatever we are at the stage, it is due to just some desire, right? Just some desire, some bija is there, right? Whatever desire is there, due to that we have attained here. That will lead to the sinful desire, what will lead to the sinful actions, right? If someone, for example, I will give you the example, if someone wants to rob the bank, right? So he is having a sinful desire, right? So he is the cause of it, right? Can you say that God is the cause of robbing the bank? No, he is not the cause, right? It is the first cause, is the first, the immediate cause, who is seeing. that the he has some desire, the soul is having some desire, so that is the bija, right? So in ignorance, due to he assumes that by the bodily comforts he will attain something, so that is a sinful desire, and due to that he will take some sinful actions. So papam will be there due to the bija. When the seed is sown, when the desire is there, the seed is sown by the sinful desire. Once the seed is there, there's some desire is there, the seed is already there. Now, one if acts, then the papam comes. If the papam comes, then what happens? There is prarabdha and aprarabdha. Aprarabdha means that is unmanifested action. For example, here one has robbed the bank, but he doesn't got caught, right? So what happens? It is unmanifested reaction. The reaction of it, that he will be arrested and all, it will come later. It will come at the later stage, not right now. For example, you see that there are many people who are who are having lot of opulences, they are still committing the sinful activities, but still they are continuing. So that is the aprarabdha stage, that is the unmanifested reaction. They are not getting caught right now, they are not getting arrested right now, the current reaction has not been awakened, right? That is the unmanifested reaction, right? What will happen? It will ultimately lead to the sinful disposition, right? Again what will happen? Again, since no action was reaction was there by the sinful person, what will happen? Again the bija will come, again the sinful desire will come, because no reaction came, right? No reaction came. So again some has done bank robbery or something, thief activities, some murder here one has done, some sinful activities one has done, and no reaction has come immediately. What is happening? Again he is having the desire, again the papam, again the prarabdha, again the kutam. But the aprarabdha, unmanifested reactions are being accumulated. It is just like deposited in deposition in the bank. One is giving impious activity in the bank, one is giving impious activity. So everything is being deposited in the bank, the aprarabdha is there, right? So this is the first part, right? This is the first part, that aprarabdha, the unmanifested reaction. What if that is there is some reaction? So that is the prarabdha, the many reaction has manifested, one got arrested, one got arrested, right? So it happens that the prarabdha can be delivered in this janma only. The prarabdha can be of the previous janma. The prarabdha has to be delivered after 10 janmas, after 20 janmas, or whatever is there, right? So it is as per the Lord, it is as per the will of the Lord, right? When he wants to give this to you, right? So when he wants to give, so it is as per the will of the Lord. So there are two types, right? Aprarabdha and prarabdha, right? So one is basically having the desire, that's why he's getting the reaction, right? So where the Lord, you can see here that how the Lord, how or where the Lord has played anything in our miseries. Can you see any role of the Lord in here, where you can point out Lord, all these sufferings, all this prarabdha, whatever reaction has come, it is due to the Lord. Can anyone say here? Can anyone even thought like this, right? That the sufferings are due to the Lord. The avidya, due to the ignorance, is our responsibility. Our whatever we are doing, if we do it when we wants to take the knowledge or no knowledge, it is as per His desires. So He is aloof. The Lord is aloof in all this cycle. In all this cycle, He is aloof. Whatever bija we have sown, that has only grown as a tree, right? That has only grown as a tree, not the Lord's seed, right? So everything is emanating from him, but the desires are emanating from us. This is the minute independence that the soul has, right? The soul has to desire, with that only, that only everything is emanated. And we have given as per the karma whatever bodies we need. We have given a timeline. This is your birth time, this is your death time, this is fixed, it cannot be changed. So this is fixed. You do, and what the reaction will come as per the previous janma, and you have to you react. If you don't react, then no reaction will be there, right? It will be gone. So all this law of nature is acting in this whole thing. Never ever that God has any role to play here, because all the sinful desires have been done by us, all the papana are being done by us, and all the sinful disposition are being there, so reactions are being done, right? The cycle of appearance of desire and this reaction, this is right. Okay. So now I will just ask this only chart, right? Like, what will, what will lead to the, now you can tell me that, what will lead to the ignorance, right? How the, from the ignorance, what comes first? Hare Krishna. In the cycle, what comes first? Hare Krishna. Due to
Hare
ignorance,
Krishna
after
Prabhuji.
ignorance. Yes, Mataji.
The desire one. Okay.
Yes, desire. Yes. Yes, Jan. Okay. The desire one. Okay. What comes next, Mataji? Hare Krishna.
I saw Prabhuji.
Yes, papam, right? Papam comes, right? Sinful action. What comes next? The sinful actions will lead to what?
Unmanifested reaction. I don't know.
Unmanifested. Aprarabdha, right? Aprarabdha will, it will lead to unmanifested action. What it will done? What it will do? Kutam. Sinful disposition, right? What if not prarabdha is there? What will happen?
Pra- uh, Prarabdha.
Prarabdha will, action will be manifest and sufferings will come, right? So these are all the, these are all the, these are the reactions. And one will think that, if one knows this, right? One, if one knows this, sorry, if one knows this, what are the suffering, why the sufferings has been there? It is due to the seed sown by us only, right? It is not, it is rather the, the misery that has been taken away is just the mercy of the Lord. If the misery has gone, then it is just the mercy of the Lord. So if any person, uh, Hare Krishna, yes, Janni Matari, if any person believes or start devotional service to the Lord, the sinful reaction of that person be reduced. Yes, Matari, of course, Matari. Yes, if one is devoted, like, I will give you an example, right? There were there was Angulimal, right? The Lord Buddha who met the Lord Buddha, right? He pleaded. He pleaded, when he met Lord Buddha, he had killed lot of innocent living beings, and he has around the neck he had the fingers cut, and he had worn the garland of no fingers, and he was so cruel. So he, when he met the Lord Buddha, then he immediately converted, immediately convert to be a saint, right? So all the papam were all vanished just like that, right? Similarly, when Jagai Madai, 500 years back, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there, then Jagai Madai, the Naradama, he was a Naradama, he is the lowest of the mankind who could not even see that, he always want to loot every other person and always want to enjoy these kind of person, right? And they used to get satisfaction in others suffering, like these kind of lowest of the mankind naradamas, right? They were even got the mercy of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, and and what happened? They immediately converted to be a saint, right? Immediately. So all reactions were vanished. So if one knows that there is Supreme Lord, because that what is the peace formula in the 5.2, that Bhoktaram Yagya Tapasam Sarva Lukameshwar. He is the Lord, right? Sudham Sarvabhutanam. He is the well-wisher. He is the true friend. So if one knows that my friend is always with me inside my heart, so that is the peace formula, right? That is the peace formula. He is always there. He is always with you. You are never lonely. One is never ever lonely. One is having always the best of the best friend, the Lord Himself with him, right? Himself with him. So whatever, due to the lack of knowledge, due to the lack of avidya, we have done the sinful activities, not to worry about it is all, it is all the mercy of the Lord that we have got, since the Lord wants you there. It is the Lord's project that He wants you there, that He wants to make you happy, right? He wants to make you happy, and our happiness is only in the, being the eternal servitor of the Lord. That is our fundamental position, that is our fundamental right, that we need to serve the Lord. And it's our fundamental position. If we get that, right, that He is in our heart, He is our only true friend, He is the only one who is wanting the best of everything, right? So he will take you to the, he will take you to the Lord Himself, right? So if you desire, if your desires are to serve the Lord, then whatever, whatever business has gone to the devotional service, he will even not care about the miseries if it even if it's coming. you know Even when I am saying, I'm not saying that I have become like that, but I am saying you as a postman. I am just saying you the words of the Srila Prabhupada, right? The relations in, I myself have not realized that much, right? So the relation is not at that level, right? So, but I'm just saying as a postman, right? Yes, the Srila Prabhupada tells that yes, your whatever reactions one is giving, it is definitely get reduced because you are in the direct, you are in, because he takes special care of the his devotees. He takes special care. He takes special care of his Maititetu Chapyam. He takes special care. One who observes, who is wishes. He says, he says that समूहम सर्वभूतेषु नामे द्वेषोऽस्ति न प्रिया मैते ये भजन्ति तो माम भक्त्या मैते तेषु चाप्यहम् समूहम सर्वेषु भूतेषु, that will come in this chapter only. So he says that he is not he is equal to all, he is not partial to anyone, he envies no one, but who renders devotional service to him, he is a friend to me, right? He is a friend to me, he takes special care, right? So since you have gone to directly to the CEO of the company, you are directly gone to the supreme person, you have gone to supreme Lord, and you want to serve him unalloyed, ananya bhakti, right? So unalloyed devotion is there. All the reactions, all the reactions, all the you get immediate, the if when you go to the level three, then what you will experience that that you will and the first and foremost effect of pure devotional service is basically one is getting relieved of all the material miseries, right? So we are not the pure devotee, right? But following the pure devotional services process is itself a pure bhakti, right? So we don't become a pure devotee directly, right? So if one does what a pure devotee does, whatever the pure devotee does, what is recommended by pure devotee, if he follows as it is, one is doing, one is following regulative principles, one is chanting the name of the Lord. In the heart he has all unalloyed devotions, all devotion to the Lord. Yes, I want to serve you, Lord. Whatever I am doing, it is for you, my Lord. Whatever in my capacity I am doing, it is for you, my Lord. It is all dedicated to you. Yat karoshi yat jahasi yat dadashi, right? He says that Yat karoshi yadashnasi, yad dadashi tadashiyat. So he says that whatever you do, whatever sir, whatever you offer, whatever you give you charity, whatever you do that as an offering to me. That yat tapasyasu konteya, whatever tapasya you did, whatever austerity you do, yat tapasyasu to konteya. He says that do that as an yat tat kurushva madarpanam, tat kurushva madarpanam. Whatever you do that as an offering to him. Right? Do that and as offering to him. So he says in this chapter, right? So all these are the confidential knowledge, Mataji. All these are the confidential knowledge that you will learn in this chapter, due to which all this the whatever reaction is there, all are reduced, right? So because it cannot be neglected, right? The whatever things has been done, it can be only even neglected, it is as per the CEO, right? Because see, if there are some mischievous person in the in the office, so no, if then is then the CEO has the full power, right? He can reduce it to zero. He can reduce it to whatever he want, because he is the CEO, right? He can do anything. What is the meaning of the CEO if he cannot, he has no control over the office? So one is the head of everything, right? He has full power. He can reduce. He has full discretion over it, right? So whom to give the reaction, whom not to give the reaction, what is there. So one, Supreme Lord is like that, right? Supreme Lord is like that, right? But we should not just cheat him, right? Just the cheating is not allowed, right? He's the biggest cheater. But still, if one is, if one is a true friend to him, then one goes to him. So Pavitram, so this confidential knowledge has, four stage, growth formatry from different stages. Pavitram implies all four stages are can be purified. All these four stages, right? Pavitram means the bija, papam, apradam, kutam, all four stages can be purified. All four stages of, the Varnashrama dharma can be purified. It is Uttamam implies beyond tamas material activities, right? It is the purest. for the glorification of most confidential knowledge. How to get direct perception of the self? By practicing, by practicing devotion service and association of devotees. Though we can, if we are not getting the sadhu sangha, then it is also very unfortunate. If we don't utilize that in this life, Lord will take that away also. Very, so we need to utilize the sadhu sangha, whatever sadhu sangha we get. What the ISKCON Mangalore, or you go some yatra with the ISKCON Mangalore, right? That is also sadhu sangha, right? So we need to get sadhu sangha for getting pure, right? If you associate with the pure devotee, how we associating with the Srila Prabhupada? Through books, through his books we are associating. So we are getting directly purified by his pure devotee, because only the devotees can understand what Krishna has said. So how to get direct perception by self? By practicing devotional service. We do whatever devotional service we get, and we get purified. For example, by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra without offense, one feels transcendental pleasure and gets purified quickly. Also, if one further helps in the mission, one makes spiritual progress, right? What is the qualification? Advancement is irrespective of previous education or qualification, right? The advancement is basically irrespective of previous, whatever education one is in, no qualification is required, right? No qualification. Bhakti yoga is for all the varna ashrama dhammas. Whatever ashrama one is there, whatever varna one is there, it bhakti doesn't care about it. Bhakti is it is the one is a servant of the Lord in whatever position one is in, right? In whatever position, whatever bhava, whatever varna is in, whatever Vaishnava, it doesn't affect, right? It doesn't affect. All are the servant of the Lord only, right? So this is, one should, this is a self-realization, right? So dharmyam, it is dharmyam, it is the perfection of religion. What is the best religion? To serve the Lord, right? Susukam, it is blissful, right? Always, dancing. One can do kirtan very easily, right? Very easily one can do Hare Krishna Mahamantra, no big deal in it, right? So in kirtan, whatever two only things are there, that Mridanga is there and Kartal is there. Vartala 1, 2, 3, one can do that. Mridanga is very easy to learn in 7 days, right? So easy things are given. If one can dance, one can dance. If one cannot do, one can do Swami step is raising hand in above, and going going right one step, going left one step. This is all just Swami step, that it that just simple dance one can do. So susukam, it is blissful. Chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, doing Kirtana, doing dancing for the Krishna, right? These are all blissful. It's a devotional service. It is a devotional service. It is basically blissful, right? So, avyayam means eternally, right? It is everlasting. It is from eternal, right? It was spoken 5,000 years ago. Krishna is still, all attractive, all famous. The Gita is still there, right? Because many books have come, right? Many books have, but Gita is as it is, right? 9.3. अश्रद्धादना पुरुषा धर्मस्य परन्तपा अप्राप्य माम निवर्तन्ते मृत्यु संसार वर्तमान. हरे कृष्ण. यस माता जी.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्ण.
Those who are not faithful on the path of the devotional service cannot attain me, O conqueror of foes, but return to the birth and death in this material world. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So, if you are not, if one is envious, then he is not qualified. Secondly, if one is not having any faith, right, on the path of devotional service, then he will not attain. One is not having the faith on Srila thing that he will take you to the Lord, right? So, O conqueror of force, O conqueror of enemies, he is being dealt, right? The Arjuna has been asked that you are conqueror of the foes. Now you conquer this enemy, which is avidya, right? But so if you come above the avidya, you get the they get the prakash, they get the light of the knowledge, then all your darkness will be vanished, right? So, but return to birth and death in this material world. So one, but one needs to be very faithful to the path. One needs to have the faith in his guru. One is not having the faith in his guru, one is envying Guru and loving Krishna, that cannot happen, right? So one needs to have faith in his, in his gurus, in the sadhu sangha, in the devotees, in the pure devotees of the Lord. Then only he will go to the Lord. So one should have faith, right? In devotional service. So trust the process, right? Even in the material world, if one is not having the faith, in the going to the school, then no one will send to the school, right? Because one is having faith that okay, my child will go to the school, right? So he will learn some avidya, whatever material knowledge, whatever the iron bending knowledge he one wants, he will get that, right? Because what happens in the school, what happens in the in the college, iron bending things are being taught. The skill is being taught. Some programming is being taught. Something related to the the skill is being taught. That is the only thing that the Vidya is teaching. So one is even having the faith in that. Okay, this college is good, this IIT is good, this IM is good, this AIMS is good. That right. So one knows that one is having faith in that. One is having the faith in that. One is having faith that okay, one is going to this college, one is going to NIT, whatever college is there, right? So one is going to the college, and there he is having the faith. Right, he has the faith in that. So one needs to trust the one needs to trust the process in the material world. So this is the spiritual world. It's based on the faith. It is based on the faith that devotion service. It is based on the the faith. So it is very necessary here. So faithless cannot attain Krishna, right? So define faith simply by serving Krishna, all one can achieve all perfection, right? So we need to water the roots of the tree, right? We need to water the roots of the tree, right? So if we one waters the roots, then one no not need to water the branches, which is the demigods, right? So one if we one goes to the Krishna, anything can be achieved, right? So all perfection is achieved. How faith is created? By association of devotees, sadhu sangha, right? If you don't do sadhu sangha, then you will not be listening to what is happening, because you will read on your own one first time Bhagavad Gita, and you will not understand that much, and your faith will be less. But if you associate with the pure devotees, he will tell you how the Lord is, who is the Lord, what are his activities, how is a person, how how the impersonalists are wrong, what are the what are the facts, what the Lord is trying to say here, what should be your life. He will protect you, one will protect you, right? So no good faith and knowledge of scriptures easily fall down through engage though engaged in devotional service. So one is having no faith and knowledge, just doing some devotional service, because in this temple, when ISKCON Mangalore was being constructed, many had done gone there to do some service to the temple, right? All it was made by the laborers, it was made by the site engineers, made by the site architect, it was made by the site contractor, right? Everyone there went there, placed the marble, very beautifully made the temple structure and all, but all were labors. It can be a devotional service, right? It can be devotional because they are making the temple of the Shri Radha Govinda, right? But what is happening? No faith is there, right? But no faith is there, no knowledge is there. Then what will happen with such person? Then he will can easily be fall down. Right? He can easily fall down. Once the temple is finished, he has gone. So now no faith, no knowledge is there. What will happen? The all the devotion service, whatever service has been done, what will happen? It will he will fall down from the process, right? He will fall down. So making the temple and having the BD, making the temple and having sense gratification, always scrolling through the mobile, right? So these are all these are all leading to fall down only, right? Because no faith is there, no knowledge is there, so cannot achieve highest perfection stage. Coming to Krishna consciousness, hidden motives, right? These can also be person that someone comes to Krishna consciousness with hidden motives, that I want to no Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, na dhanam na janam na sundarim kavitam va jagadisha kame. Na dhanam, he says, no, I don't require any wealth. Na janam, I don't require any followers. Na sundari, I don't require any beautiful woman, man, right? That is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying. No, so he is saying nothing I require. I took, he need only unalloyed devotion of the Lord, right? He is saying, but one is coming with these three motives, then he will not attain the Krishna consciousness, right? So he has hidden motives, right? So perfection stage will not be there. Is at the third lowest, right? Third lowest is the neophyte stage, right? No, having no faith, no knowledge. If one says to the third level of a devotee that impersonalists are saying this, he will say, oh yes, 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 you are right, yes, yes, these are all there are five Indriyas, that is Pandavas, there are 100 Kauravas, there are 100 desires, basically the five Indriyas are fighting the 100 desires. So this is all Mayavadi philosophy, right? And one will not even acknowledge that this is history. One will acknowledge 2000 years back Jesus has come. One will acknowledge in the 600 AD Muhammadan has come, right? but one will not acknowledge 5,000 years ago Mahabharata has done, right? So these are all the different mentality of third lowest neophyte people, neophyte, that okay, these are Mayavadi philosophy, right? They don't, all rest, all 2000 till 2000 all are history, before this nothing is history, right? So, and this is the conception of today in today's world. So this is happening. So the third lowest, right? Neophytes, right? Neophytes, they don't have that much, and basically the one can easily convert to other things, right? They can easily be drawn to some other things. So second lowest is firm faith. One is having firm faith, but not very advanced in devotional scriptures, right? Simply trying to follow by association and simplicity. One is having sadhu sangha, but he is having firm faith. Yes, there is Lord. Yes, there is Supreme Lord. Yes, the devotional service is the path to liberation. One devotional service is the path to reach the Vaikuntha planets, Goloka, Vrindavan. He is having, but he is not having any, he was not having that much knowledge of the scriptures. If you say that define, by which scripture knowledge, by which shastric knowledge, by which shastric shlokas you are telling this, then might not be able to say regarding that shloka. But he is having firm faith in his guru, he is having firm faith. Yes, but this is true. So he is there are very levels of adhikari. There is kanishta adhikari, that is third lowest neophyte. That's Madhyama Adhikari, second level firm faith. Then then there is then there is Uttama Adhikari. Uttama Adhikari is in the highest level of the first class devotee, right? Prahlad Maharaj. So Madhyama Adhikari is having firm faith, but not very advanced in devotional scriptures, not very that much thorough through. He cannot, if there is a shastrat between the two person, he might not be able to win. So that is the Madhyama Adhikari. Simply trying to follow association and simplicity. Second class devotee, very good devotee, firm faith, and at the first level devotee, firm faith and well versed in devotional scriptures, and no chance of fraud. That is the Uttam Adhikari, the first level of devotee, highest form of devotee. He is having firm faith also, well versed in devotional scriptures. He will be able to produce the arguments in favor of the shastras, and whatever arguments is there, one is quoting, and he will be able to easily win over, right? Like Srila Prabhupada used to say, when and some the followers of the Jesus Christ used to came sometime, and he asked what is how the things are there, right? How the things are there, how the scriptures say, what Bible says, what Gita says, and what are the principles of religions, right? Through the Shastras, he used to say everything. So no chance of world, right? So development of that faith is the process of Krishna consciousness. So process of Krishna consciousness is just reaching the Uttam Adhikari, right? Reaching to the highest level. So if we are in the third level, lowest level. So we need to keep on going to the second level, first level. We always used to try. One should not be stagnant in his devotional service, right? If you become stagnant, if you don't want it, then Krishna will take note of it, right? So you don't want it, okay, you don't want it, okay, you do that. So we'll say, okay, you want that, you want dhanam janam sundarim, okay, you take that first, right? So then again the bijam will be there and the kutam will be there, right? The prarabdha will be there. Again the cycle of birth and death will be there, right? So today we will end here, we will start this from tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Any questions, any doubts on today's chapter? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay. So we'll end here. वाञ्छकल्पतरुभश्च कृपसिन्धुभैव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय। शीला प्रभुपाद की जय। Thank you everyone. Please join tomorrow also. Hare Krishna.